Yo, what's up guys? Before I get into the video today, I just want to say thank you guys for all the love and support on my last video. If you guys missed it, definitely go check it out. It was just me recapping the whole Jim Boylen situation. And if you guys missed that video, definitely check that out. The Bulls fired Jim Boylen the other day, and I pretty much just recapped that and gave my thoughts and opinion on that. So definitely check out that video if you missed it. And of course, after Jim Boylen was fired, Arcidiacono was talking to the media, just giving his pretty much saying thank you Jim Boylen for your time with the Bulls, and just saying the right things and being a good vice president, you know. And the key part of that interview, or whatever you want to call that, is that Arcidiacono said that the Nets head coaching search is starting immediately. And then later that day, Woj tweeted out a tweet pretty much just saying expected potential head coaches for the Bulls to interview and just research. And some of those names that were listed were Denver Nuggets assistant Wes Unseld Jr. As you know, Arcidiacono worked in Denver. You know, he pretty much became the mastermind that he was in Denver. You know, he drafted Bol, he drafted Michael Porter Jr. Two bid risk players, but they of course are paying out right now. They're playing amazing in this bubble. And of course, Arcidiacono worked with the Denver Nuggets for a while. So obviously he knows a lot about the Denver Nuggets assistant. So of course they have a lot of connections, and it made sense bringing him here. Of course, if you would want to leave the Denver Nuggets and come to the Chicago Bulls, which I don't see why. The Bulls have a young core. You know, it's a very attractive spot for new potential head coaches, I believe. We have a good young core. They just need to stay healthy. You know, our organization is looking like it's finally going the right way, and it's no longer a joke of the NBA. So I could see a lot of head coaches eyeing this job right now. And of course, the big name that's kind of linked to us right now is Kenny Atkinson. You know, he had a great year in Brooklyn the other year, and then I was pretty surprised when he got fired this season, but it kind of made sense. You know, Kyrie and KD want to bring in who they want to be their head coach this offseason or whenever that's going to start. But even though Kenny Atkinson really only had one good year with the Brooklyn Nets, he had a really good year with them because that roster was not the best. It wasn't that talented. And Kenny Atkinson is known for player development and bringing pretty much the best out of players and putting them in the best position to succeed. And in the interview Arcidiacono gave, that was his main few reasons in what we're looking for in our next potential head coach is pretty much just a good head coach that knows how to run an offense and defense, of course, unlike Jim Boylen, and also just a head coach that has a good trust and good connection with players. Ever since Arcidiacono and Mark Eversley were brought to Chicago, their first thing they ever said was player relationships and player based, and that's a good key to have in this league. You know, if you want to have all-star players, or happy at least all-star players that want to come to Chicago or stay in Chicago, you got to give them what they want, be honest with them, just have good relationships, because our last whole front office and organization, it was just not trustworthy. None of the players liked them. None of the players trusted them. And I don't blame the players. I wouldn't want to come to Chicago too if I'm hearing all these negative things. Pretty much a whole organization talking crap behind others' backs and players' not liking them. It was just a complete mess. And I'm happy that the Bulls are finally past that stage. And another name added to the list is the Toronto Raptors assistant Adrian Griffin. You know, Adrian Griffin, he was an assistant coach for the Bulls a few years back with Tom Thibodeau. He's highly respected around the league. And a lot of NBA reporters and people in the NBA have been saying that he should have been a head coach for many years now. And of course, he won a championship with the Raptors, so he has a lot of winning experience. And I'd bring him in a heartbeat as well, just like I pretty much would with most of these guys. They have all been around winning organizations, and I would love to give an assistant coach a real opportunity to become a good head coach in this league. And another name on the list is the Bucks assistant Darvin Ham. You know, I'm going to be honest, I don't know too much about him, but if you just look at the Bucks record, you know, they're the best team in the East, and they obviously have a good head coach, and their assistant coach, and Darvin Ham is obviously doing a good job. And of course, he is associated with winning too. As you guys know, if you guys just look at all these names, they're all filtered with winning, and that's what Arcidiacono has said many times he's trying to bring to the Chicago Bulls is winning players and just a winning culture pretty much. So of course I'd give this guy a fair chance too. I'm gonna be honest, all these names, you know, these are just like potential, or like Woj just taking a guess who like Arcidiacono is expected to meet with. I do expect this process to take a long time, just like the Jim Boylen one. You know, the whole Jim Boylen situation, even though it was a mess, I'm pretty sure it took like 4 to 6 months for us to finally like fire him. And especially with like the NBA bubble like not even being close to being over, you know, the playoffs are just about to start. So I definitely could see Arcidiacono taking his time, you know, interviewing a bunch of candidates to find out who's the right guy to, like, of course, help our roster get better, and just a good player development guy to, like, of course, develop our players, because Jim Boylen did not develop our players at all. He's pretty much set them back. And another big name that's been linked to the Bulls for many months now is the 76ers assistant head coach, Ime Udoka. You know, he has like the #1 odds on the favor, like, to land the head coaching position with the Chicago Bulls. You know, he has also been associated with winning. You know, he's been winning with the 76ers for the past few years. You know, he also came from the Greg Popovich like coaching tree, just like Jim Boylen, which kind of scares me. But at the same time, Ime Udoka has just had success everywhere he went. You know, like I said, he was with the Spurs, now he's with the 76ers, and he's just a good head coach. And I know a lot of like 76ers players love him. You know, they trust him and they have good connections with him and like just good relationships with him. And I've also been seeing some people connecting like Mark Jackson to the Bulls. However, you know, ever since he'd been fired by the like Golden State in 2014, there was just a bunch of rumors how like he kind of like people didn't trust him within the organization, and how he kind of went behind everyone's back, even like players, and like trying to talk crap about the players or whatever. I don't know, just his name in like the NBA just doesn't go together anymore. I feel like his time as a coach is kind of done in this league, and I don't even think he wants to coach anymore. Who knows, he might wanna. But at the same time, he was fired because he was considered to be like the person holding Golden State back. I mean, in his final season with Golden State, he did win 51 games, but the second he was fired, I mean, of course, you guys know Golden State won pretty much 3 championships in like the next few seasons without him. So I don't know. I know a lot of you guys don't like Mark Jackson as well. I just always see rumors about him being a bad person or whatever. So I really want to get into that as much. And the last potential name, it really hasn't been linked to us at all, but she's been gaining a lot of interest like throughout the NBA, and you know, becoming a head coach for many years now, is Becky Hammond. You know, she is also under the Greg Popovich coaching tree. I'm pretty sure she's like one of the only female like assistant coaches in the NBA, but she has a great mind for the game. I could also see like Jason Kidd's like name popping in there. I know he's an assistant for the Lakers right now. I know he was a head coach for the Bucks a few years back, and Giannis did love having Jason Kidd as like a head coach. So either of these two names would also be interested. I could see the Bulls interviewing any of them. Definitely leave any comments or questions you guys got for me below about like just us firing Jim Boylen, any of the coaches that like I just named, and who would you guys want to hire. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a good one.